Hello, guys. Good day. This is Anna of Reinforcement Club, your fellow positive reinforcer. Today, we are going to talk about how to respectfully avoid spending time with people you don't like. Now, navigating personal and professional relationships often involve interacting with people we may not enjoy spending time with. While it is important to maintain civility or being diplomatic as much as possible to avoid conflict, it is equally crucial to protect your well being by setting boundaries. Respectfully avoiding time with people you dislike isn't about being rude, it's about prioritizing your mental and emotional health while maintaining, a, maintaining professionalism and kindness living with these people. With all due respect, you know, all sorts of people, the good, the bad, and the ugly, wherever they are in our lives in this planet, we do have a privilege to live life in our own ways, with all due respect. It's just that sometimes we couldn't get along with some people because they could be toxic, draining our energy, and we don't even know if they like us or not, if they're interested with us or not. So at times we need to think about ourselves, about our priorities, whether, spending time with these people will ever be worth it. If you have a chance to. But once again, with all due respect, avoiding them in a polite manner could be a perfect choice. Now today, I am going to give you 8 tips on how to respectfully avoid these people, spending time with people you dislike in a polite and nice manner. So, the basic thing that you can do for this is to set clear boundaries. It's important to establish your personal limits on how much time and energy you're willing to spend with others, then communicate it in a polite but firm manner. Like, for example, this person who keeps talking about politics and what's going on in the news, all these disasters around the world, and you don't want to hear about that. And he's asking you to join him for the lunch later. So you might want to consider responding this way. Look, look, Alan, I'm really focused on my work right now, so I won't be able to join you for lunch today. Maybe some other time. So that is boundary, which means that your work is your priority. Or you can also say it like this: I can't join you in lunchtime today because I prefer to my husband because call my husband and talk about our upcoming holidays, about what we're going to do. I know we have lots of time together, but I still want to talk to him. So that's another thing, which means that you prefer to talk to your husband. So that's clear boundaries. Or you could also say, like, a family friend who wants to invite you for a dinner this coming weekend. You can also tell that person, uh, in a as best as you can. You can even respond like, "Look, I'm really happy, to hear that, but we are planning. We have other plans for this weekend. So maybe some other time. Thank you very much." So that's another example, setting clear boundaries. Now, another thing that you can do is be honest but kind. If you must interact, be straightforward about your preferences without being hurtful. Honesty can often prevent misunderstanding. Like, for example, if you received a party invitation from a person who likes to talk about his past relationships that didn't work out, who have negative impressions to women, and he always just keep talking about it, and you don't like that. You don't like to hear that all the time. You prefer to do other stuff, like playing golf or relax. You're taking some rest. You may want to consider responding it this way: I appreciate your invitation, but I'd prefer to spend my time differently. Thanks for understanding. Or you can say, I can't go to the party that you planned. I'm really sorry. I do appreciate your invitation. I prefer to give myself a rest, for this weekend. I have, because I worked hard and I think I deserve it. I hope you understand. So that's another way of being honest but kind. Respond as sweet as you can, as nice as you can, but decline. Another thing that you can do is limit your availability. Like, for example, I'm sorry, I can't have, I'm sorry, I can't stay long in this conversation because I'm going back to work 5 minutes, in 5 minutes. So you can just grab your coffee and then head down to work. Politely decline invitations or requests when you can, keeping your responses brief and neutral. So that's what it is about when you say limit your availability. You could also say, I'm sorry, I have commitments and won't be able to make it. When somebody asks you to join a seminar with him because he's afraid, he wants to have somebody to join him to that seminar, which is also related to your work, but you have issues with this guy in the past and you don't want to hang out with this guy. In the most part, although you like the seminar a little bit, you don't want to hang out with that guy. So yes, I'm sorry, I have other commitments and won't be able to make it, could be your answer. Or you could just say, I am sorry, I have other things to do. I need to finish my household chores this weekend because my boyfriend is coming, from out of town, from other country. Or we have time, a date together set for this day with your boyfriend. So you can just say it this way. So tell that person other excuses in a nice manner. Another thing you can do is redirect the conversation. If the conversation with someone you dislike starts to drag you on, gently steer it toward a natural conclusion or change the topic. Like, for example, you have this colleague or a friend who always talk about rants in politics, about the disasters in the news in different parts of the world, about war, about the prices of the fuel, and you don't want to hear about it. You want to have peace. You want to have peace for the entire day, for the entire week, that you don't want to hear anything negative. You just want to live your life. So you can redirect the conversation this way. Like, for example, you cross to this person and the hallway, and he starts to talk about the updates of about the politics. So you can just say, it was nice catching up. I need to get back to work now. Let's connect later. Or you could say, I would rather not discuss politics right now. I'm really sorry. I don't want to think about it right now. I have other stuff to think about. So redirect the conversation briefly. Or you can just say, if the person starts talking about, this person might win, the Democrats because so and so, and you say, yeah, that's right. And I better head off now because I got important stuff to do. Nice catching up with you. You're looking great. So you can say it that way. Another thing that you can do is not use a non-commitment responses. So if someone pushes you for to give your time, use a non-committal language to avoid making promises. Like, for example, this person that you don't know if you don't like this person, if you ever like to hang out with this person, or you just don't want to go out with this person, and he invited you to join the a seminar this 2 weeks from now. Although that seminar could be important for your professional development, but you just can't hang out with this person. It's this this person gets off your nerve because you have some issues before that wasn't correctly resolved, but you're not over it yet. So you can't give him a chance this time. Maybe some other time. So you can respond it this way. If he asks you to join a seminar 2 weeks from now, you can just tell, I'll have to check my schedule and get back to you. Thank you for the ask. Thank you for the offer too. Or you might just want to say, that sounds interesting. Thank you very much for inviting me. But I need to give it a night's sleep. I might gonna decide tomorrow. I have stuff to think about today. And non-committal response could be, if the person is inviting you for a birthday party of his son, but you don't like this kind of person, and then how he treats his son, and then you have other reasons. You can just say, oh, you appreciate this person's invitation. Oh, I thank you very much for your invitation, but I'm gonna check my calendar, and I'll get back to you later. So that is another non-committal response. Another thing that you can do is to keep interactions in public, like in group base. If you can't avoid someone entirely, try to interact with them in group settings where you can naturally drift away or engage with others. Like, for example, you are group mates, in a class project or a group project, in your company. So this person starts to talk to you, the person that you dislike, and then you just appreciate the effort. Like, yeah, that's right. Just acknowledge, and then you can just tell him that, yeah, I do. You do appreciate it. That's right. That's right. By the way, I'm gonna ask Alan, about his idea. So, yeah, see you later. I'll get back to you soon. And then you head to Alan. Or you can just say to the group meeting that I'll join the group meeting, but I'll need to leave 5 minutes. 5 minutes. I can join the group meeting, but I must leave within 5 minutes. If you're not into that conversation, though, if it's not important to you. So just give it a time, but politely tell them about your other plans, or, set the boundaries. Another thing that you can do, respect their time too. These people that you don't like, it doesn't mean that there's nothing good about them. They also deserve respect like you. So show respect to other person, to all different type, all sorts of people. Respect their time, and they're more likely to reciprocate. So, like, for example, you just have a conversation with this person because you must discuss this particular idea. You need an answer. You need to get a perspective from this person. So you can just say, I know you're busy right now, so I won't keep you. I do appreciate your idea, and I'm gonna write it down to my, thinking page or in my notebook. So let's catch up another time. So just say it this way, because even though you don't like them, but you need to work it. You need to work together, though. You need to get along, but it's just that you can't get along that long enough. You need just to work as a teammate and be cooperative too. For everybody to successfully finish the job. Now, lastly, you could also practice graceful exits. Learn to end conversations or excuse yourself from situation without coming across as abrupt. Like, for example, I need to head out now. It was good talking to you, and take care. Which could be true sometimes, in the office. You don't want to get hooked to this person talking in the hallway or somewhere else. Because you prioritize your time and your project. You want to finish your project as fast as you can. You could also say, sorry, I really need to phone home right now. I must head off. And find yourself a good space somewhere in the office or outside the office. Show that person that you really need to call home. Or you could say, like, for example, somebody is this person is giving you food, like a bread and a coffee for a treat. So you can just say, thank you for your effort, and I do appreciate your the coffee and bread today. But I must head off now. I catch up to you some other time. Goodbye. So you can also say it that way. Now, these strategies allow you to maintain your personal space and priorities while treating others with all due respect. Respectfully managing your interactions with people you dislike is such a valuable skill that enhances your personal well being and professional relationships. Now, by setting boundaries, which I've mentioned now in the very basic tip, setting boundaries, communicating honestly, and practicing polite disengagement, you can protect your time and energy without causing unnecessary conflict. Remember that it's possible to be both considerate of others and be true to yourself at the same time. Now, if you ever love this episode today, you can follow me in YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, even in Amazon Podcasts. Reinforce me Club. I do appreciate your time and have a lovely day ahead. It's Anne, by the way.